and welcome to the grand finale of Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, the biggest English spelling competition in India. Presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. So today is the day where we find out our ultimate stellar speller, the national champion, who will get our big shiny trophy, the prize money of 2 lakh rupees, and a chance to attend the prestigious Scripps National Spelling Bee 2020 in Washington, D.C., along with a parent, as well as a visit to the iconic White House. There is a lot at stake here. I'm your host, Sohali Khan, and I'm finding it very, very hard to control the skip in my step. Let's begin with the Classmate Spell Bee Season 12 Grand Finale. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very proud to present our top 3 finalists. We have Shivali Ghosh from St. Michael's School in Shiliguri, Aditya Kanodia from Army Public School in Mumbai, and joining them is Bhadra Panikar from Delhi Public School, Indrapuram in Ghaziabad. Before we go any further, I'd like to quickly talk about Classmate's philosophy. Classmate understands that each child is unique, and we encourage every child to keep this golden philosophy in mind whilst honing his or her future self. To be judged only on their merit and never anyone else's. To compete only with themselves and no one else. Classmate endeavors to help students perform better and be better through their fantastic range of stationery products such as notebooks, pens, mechanical pencils, math instruments, and art stationery. You can now also design your own notebook covers by visiting classmateshop.com. And now, let us begin the race for the ultimate spell Nobel. Well, we begin, but first let me just refresh the rules of round 2. I will ask each of you to spell 4 words, each worth 10 points. This is, again, an elimination round, so the lowest scorer at the end of round 2 will be eliminated from the competition. And let's begin with Shivali Ghosh from St. Michael's School in Shiliguri. Welcome back, Shivali. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Should we begin round 2?
Yes.
Your first word to spell worth 10 points is trefoil or trefoil.
May I have the definition?
A small plant with yellow flowers and 3 lobed leaves.
May I have the language of origin?
Latin via French via Middle English.
May I have the usage in a sentence?
The preacher used to carry a trefoil leaf to demonstrate to crowds the unity of the 3 tribes.
I would like to spell it as Trefoil.
That is correct. Well done. Was it a word you were familiar with?
Yes.
Well done. Your second word in round 2, again worth 10 points, is spigot.
May I have the definition?
A small peg or plug.
May I have the language of origin?
Latin via Middle English.
Spiget.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Classmates, do you think you can spell spigot?
Spigot.
That is correct. I'm afraid we cannot give you points for that. Your third word worth 10 points, Shivali, is fantods.
May I have the definition?
A state or attack of uneasiness or unreasonableness.
May I have the language of origin?
North American, unknown.
May I have the usage in a sentence?
Hearing someone say, we need to talk, always gives me the fantods.
May I have the part of speech?
A noun.
I would like to spell it as Fantods.
That is correct. Very well done. We're almost at the end of round 2. You're doing very well. If you spell this word correctly, you could have a solid score of 50 points. Your word to spell is corybantic.
May I have the definition?
Wild or frenzied.
May I have the usage in a sentence?
The Opera Hall audience proved such a marked contrast from the corybantic headbangers in rock concerts.
May I have the language of origin?
Greek via Latin.
May I have the part of speech?
An adjective.
I would like to spell it as Corbybantic.
That is correct. Very well done. Shivali, at the end of round 1 and 2, I'm so pleased to say you have a score of 50 points. Very, very well played. Please give her a big round of applause. It's time for us to take a short break. But before you go, did you know 9 newspapers collaborated to start the National Spelling Bee in 1925? You did? Scripps took over the sponsorship of the Spelling Bee in 1941. More about the first Spelling Bee right after this break. And we're back with the grand finale of Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon, Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. Before the break, I told you about the first National Spelling Bee. Do you know who won? Frank Neuhauser was the first winner of the Spelling Bee. And his winning word was gladiolus. All right, back to our quest. It's now time for Aditya Kanodia from Army Public School, Mumbai, to play round 2. Hi, Aditya.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Nervous.
Nervous? It's almost over. I wish you all the best. We'll begin round 2. You're currently at 20 points. You have used your Classmate Connect option, so you have to only rely on your internal spell check now. Your first word, Aditya, in round 2 is worth 10 points, and that word is bowyer.
May I have the definition?
A person who makes or sells archers' bows.
Usage in a sentence.
The bowyer realized that war was looming when the general placed an order for 10,000 bows.
Origin?
Dutch and German.
I'd like to try B-O-W-I-E-R.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Off by one letter, B-O-W-Y-E-R is the accurate spelling. We move on now to your second word, also worth 10 points in round 2. And that word is fleuron or fleuron.
Definition?
A flower-shaped ornament or motif, used especially on buildings, coins, and books.
Origin?
French via Middle English.
Usage in a sentence.
You can tell this book is an old edition by the fleuron that starts each chapter.
F-L-U-R-O-N.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Classmates, would you like to try to spell fleuron?
Fleuron.
That is correct. That is the accurate spelling, what we were looking for, which means we cannot give you points for that. But 2 words do remain in round 2, which could take your total up to 40 points. Good luck. Your word to spell for 10 points is arrogate.
May I have the definition?
To take or claim something without justification.
Origin?
Latin.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The gangsters decided to arrogate the functioning of the neighborhood under the pretext of social service.
I'd like to try A-R-R-O-G-A-T-E.
That is correct. Well done. Aditya, if you spell this word correctly, you will have a total of 40 points at the end of round 2. Your word to spell is machicolated.
Definition?
Of a castle having gaps in projections through which stones and missiles can be flung.
Origin?
French via Latin.
I'd like to try M-A-C-H-I-C-C-O-L-A-T-E-D.
I'm afraid that's wrong. You added an extra C. That's all. The accurate spelling is M-A-C-H-I-C, singular, O-L-A-T-E-D. I'm so sorry. It was a very small error, but that's how the game goes, and that means that we cannot give you points for that. Aditya, at the end of round 1 and 2, you have a total of 30 points. Please have a seat. It's now time for Bhadra Panikar from Delhi Public School, Indirapuram, Ghaziabad, to play round 2. And we're back in the seat.
Yes.
Which is good. That means that you're doing very well because you keep coming back.
Thank you.
Good luck. If you spell this next word correctly, you'll already be tied with Aditya. Your word to spell for 10 points in round 2 is wig.
Can I have the definition of the word?
A member of a British reforming and constitutional party in the 18th century.
Can I have the language of origin?
Scottish.
Can I have the usage in a sentence?
King George was appalled at the idea that England should have a wig as a prime minister.
Part of speech?
A noun.
I like to spell it as W-E-I-G, wig.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. The accurate spelling is W-H-I-G.
Oh,
Wig.
yes.
Which means we cannot give you points for that, but no matter. There's still ample opportunity and time. Your second word, worth 10 points, is pergola.
Can I have the meaning of the word?
An arched structure in a garden covered with climbing plants.
Can I have the language of origin?
Latin via Italian.
The sentence?
We've recently built a pergola in our backyard with terracotta tiles and creepers.
P-E-R-G-U-L-A, pergola.
I'm afraid it's off by one letter. P-E-R-G-O-L-A. It is spelt pergola, but it is pronounced pergola.
I got it.
That is the challenge of the English language.
It is.
No matter, Bhadra, you're still in the game. 2 words remain in round 2. Your word to spell for 10 points is aura.
What does it mean?
Separated from a usual pair or set. Odd.
The language of origin?
It is unknown.
I'd like to use my Classmate Connect option.
Classmates, you have 30 seconds to confer and spell out aura.
We would like to give you 2 options.
I like to go with O-R-R-A.
O-R-R-A is what you would like to go with?
Yes.
You're right. Well done. You are tied with Aditya with 30 points apiece. Your fourth word in round 2, worth 10 points, is maisonette.
What does it mean?
A set of rooms for residents having a separate entrance.
What is the language of origin?
It is of French origin.
Can I have the usage in a sentence?
We never got to interact with the twins since they lived in the maisonette and rarely met us.
M-A-S-O-N-E-T, maisonette.
I'm afraid it's incorrect. The accurate spelling is M-A-I-S-O-N-E-T-T-E, which means at the end of rounds 1 and 2, Bhadra, you have a total of 30 points. Well played. Please have a seat. And with this, we are at the end of round 2. We will share the final scores soon after the short break. But before we leave, I have a question to ask our studio audience. If you answer it correctly, you will receive some well-deserved rewards. So the question is this. Which is the longest word in the English language that doesn't use a vowel? Think about it while we take a short break. Hello and welcome to the grand finale of Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, the biggest English spelling competition in India, presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon, Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. We are this close to the end and we'll soon find out who the national champion of spelling will be this season. Before going on the break, we'd asked our studio audience which is the longest word in the English language that doesn't use a vowel. I have with me Rishi Rukhiana, who knows the right answer. Will you please share it with us?
The right answer is rhythm.
And can you spell rhythm?
R-H-Y-T-H-M.
That is correct. Well done. And we have something very special for you. Colourful hamper, courtesy Classmate, for you for being so intelligent and for having the right answer. And now it's time for the cumulative scores of rounds 1 and 2. In the first position, we have Shivali with 50 points. And in the second position, we have a tie between Aditya and Bhadra at 30 points apiece. But unfortunately, Aditya, I think you already know the result Because you used your Classmate Connect option earlier, that means that you're automatically eliminated at this stage. And that means, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you now. Thank you so much for being on the show with us. Let's give Aditya a huge round of applause. Well, we have Shivali and Bhadra with us, and they are both going to the third round of the finals. So without any further ado, let's begin round 3. Please join me at the podiums. So let's briefly go over the rules of round 3. As you know, there are 4 cycles of words in this round, so a total of 8 words. If you spell the word assigned to you correctly, you will win 10 points. If you misspell it, it will pass to your fellow contestant who will have an opportunity to score 5 bonus points. We could have our national champion even before we complete the 4 cycles of words. Remember guys, at this point, your scores from round 1 and round 2 have been wiped clean, so you stand at 0-0 apiece. So it's anyone's game. In case of a tie, at the end of the 4-word cycle, we will go to a sudden death. We'll begin our 4 cycles of words and we'll start with Shivali. Your first word to spell for 10 points is veery.
May I have the definition?
A North American woodland thrush with a brown back and speckled breast.
May I have the language of origin?
19th century unknown.
May I have the part of speech?
A noun.
May I have the usage in a sentence?
The study showed that in several regions across the US and Canada, the veery was on the verge of extinction.
Viary.
I'm afraid the word passes. Bhadra, a chance to score 5 bonus points.
Viery. Veery.
That is also incorrect. The accurate spelling is Veery. Nobody gets points for that word. And now we move to you, Bhadra. Your word to spell for 10 points now is Lords.
What is the meaning of the word?
The service of morning prayer in the Western Christian Church.
The origin of the word?
Latin.
Can I have the usage in a sentence?
The morning fog hung heavy, but we identified the church's location from the sound of Lords coming from within.
Lauds. Lords.
That is correct. Well done. Sigh of relief and 10 points that accompany that sigh of relief.
Thank you.
And now we move to our second cycle of words, starting again with Shivali. Your word to spell for 10 points is claimant.
May I have the definition?
Urgently demanding attention.
May I have the language of origin?
Latin.
May I have the part of speech?
An adjective.
And may I have the usage in a sentence?
The climate issue has gone from being a subject of interest to the most claimant issue in the world right now.
I would like to spell it as Claimant.
I'm afraid the word passes.
I like to spell it as Claiment.
I'm afraid that's also incorrect. It is Clamant. That is the accurate spelling. So I will award myself 50 points. And we will move now to Bhadra. Your turn to spell in the second cycle of words. Worth 10 points. Your word to spell is putsch.
Can I have the origin of the word?
Swiss German.
Can I have the meaning of the word?
A violent attempt to overthrow a government, a coup.
The usage in a sentence?
Hitler's unsuccessful putsch got him thrown in jail where he formulated his ideas and plans for Germany.
I like to spell it as Putch. Putsch.
I'm afraid the word passes. Shivali, this is your time to pick up some precious bonus points.
May I have the definition?
A violent attempt to overthrow a government, a coup.
I would like to spell it as Putsch.
That is absolutely correct. Very well done. I'm pleased to say you have 5 bonus points to your score, and it is now your turn to spell in the third cycle of words. Your word to spell for 10 points is Qigong.
May I have the definition?
A Chinese system of physical exercise and breathing control related to Tai Chi.
May I have the language of origin?
Chinese.
May I have the part of speech?
A noun.
And may I have the usage in a sentence?
Tiger Woods reportedly practiced Qigong as a young golfer growing up in Los Angeles.
CheeeGong.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. The word passes.
I'd like to spell it as Chigong.
I'm afraid that's also incorrect. Classmate, the accurate spelling is Qigong.
I knew this word.
Of Chinese origin, which means nobody gets points for that. The words are very difficult to spell, but this is nothing short of a national championship of spelling. Nobody gets points for that. And we move now to Bhadra. Your turn to spell in the third cycle of words. You're currently at 10 points and Shivali is a mere 5 points behind you. To cement your lead, your word to spell is wassail or wassail.
Can I have the origin of the word?
Old Norse via Middle English.
Can I have the meaning of the word?
Spiced ale or mulled wine drunk during Christmas celebrations.
Can I have the usage in a sentence?
Everyone stood around the big bowl of wassail, watching the apple spit and bubble inside.
WOSSEL.
I'm afraid the word passes. Shivali, a chance to even the score.
WASSAIL.
That is correct. Very well played. That means that we have a tie at this point, and we do have another cycle of words to get through, but it means the competition is very stiff and the competition is neck and neck right now. One cycle of words remains between the two of you and the title of Champion of Spell Bee Season 12. It really cannot get more tense right now. We start with Shivali. 10 points if you spell this word correctly. Your word to spell is Rousseauian,
May I have the definition?
relating to a characteristic of the philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau.
May I have the language of origin?
It is derived from a name.
ROUSSEAUIN.
I'm afraid the word passes. Bhadra, if you spell this word correctly, you will win today's championship.
ROUSSEAUEAN. Rousseauian.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. I thought you had it. You did spell Rousseau correctly, but it ends with IAN. ROUSSEAUIAN. Another word with 5 consecutive vowels. And Shivali, you are still in the game. Bhadra, it is now your turn to spell.
Yes.
Again, if you spell this word correctly, you will win today's championship. Your word to spell is vichyssoise.
What is the origin of the word?
It is French.
What does it mean?
A soup made with potatoes, leeks, and cream, and typically served chilled.
Can you please use it in a sentence?
The Countess served us creamy vichyssoise that contrasted beautifully against the pristine white bowls.
I like to spell it as VICHISUASSE.
I'm so sorry, that's incorrect. Shivali, that means you are still in the game. And if you spell this word correctly, then you will win today's competition.
May I have the origin of the word?
It is of French origin.
The meaning of the word?
A soup made with potatoes, leeks, and cream, and typically served chilled.
I would like to spell it as VICHYSSOISE.
And we have our champion! I have to say thank you so much, Bhadra, for being on the show. Let me give you a big hug first. A big round of applause for Bhadra. If I could ask you to take a seat in the audience. And please, can we invite our champion of the day to take center stage, which she truly does deserve. Let me give you a hug. Very well played. The national champion of Classmate Spell Bee Season 12 is none other than Shivali Ghosh. Very well done. Shivali, you have won today prize money worth 2 lakh rupees, a chance to attend the Scripps National Spelling Bee 2020 in Washington, D.C. with a parent, and a visit to the iconic White House, and of course, a glittering trophy and the title of champion. And now, to hand over the trophy and the prizes, may I please have Mr. Vishnu Amancharla, Marketing Manager, ITC Education and Stationery Products Business, on stage. And we have a beautiful trophy as well for you, courtesy Classmate, which indicates you as the champion of this season, Season 12 of Classmate Spell Bee. Many, many congratulations. If I could please ask your mother to join us on stage, I'm sure that she wants to give you a big hug. Well, this was a glorious end to a splendid season 12 of Classmate Spell Bee. Thank you all for watching and supporting these talented young minds throughout. We can't wait to be back next year and do this all over again. I, for one, can never have enough of this wonderful English vocabulary. This is Sohali Khan signing off from the biggest English spelling competition of India, Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. Until next time, alvida, adios, and farewell, my friends. Come and join us on stage.